Modern marriage is a mess. Or is that a myth? Or is it a little bit of both? Let's talk about that, guys. On this channel, what I want to do, or the intention of this channel, is to make guys more capable and open your eyes, kind of let you be able to see for yourselves the truth in your life. So modern marriage is a mess. That's true. In a lot of ways, that is 100% true. And there's a lot of guys that went through um, terrible times in their marriage. Now, let's examine why. Now, you guys aren't going to like this part, but it's going to stem back from your decisions. The things that you allowed during that dating process and that marriage process, the things you allowed in that marriage led to that destruction. Well, a lot of guys will say, well, my wife was a tyrant, a monster. Why were you with her in the first place? Well, she changed into a tyrant and a monster. Why didn't you set boundaries with her? Everything kind of points back to you. And whenever you're blaming somebody else for your misfortunes, those fingers are all pointing back at you. So I was reading the story of creation, right? Serpent tempts Eve. Eve gives the fruit to her husband. Her husband, Adam, eats of the fruit. God then questions both of them. And what does God say? What do they say? More importantly, what do they do in that action when they are both questioned by God? The man says, the woman gave it to me. Flips it, takes no responsibility. Knew damn well that shouldn't have eaten of the garden, shouldn't have eaten of that tree, but took the fruit nonetheless. And the woman takes no responsibility as well and blames the serpent, right? You knew damn well, but it was pleasing to her eye. And the serpent said, hey, if you eat of this, you'll be able to have knowledge of good and evil. You'll be like gods yourself. In marriage and any relationship, it's going to come down on your headship and your leadership as a man, as a father, and a husband. Every good behavior of yours, every virtue of yours, like from God, but every virtue of your wife is going to be from God too, right? It's going to be from your leadership within the marriage. And the same thing goes for those bad behaviors. Those bad behaviors that you have allowed within that marriage have led to its destruction. So it really points back to you. You have to take accountability for every single thing that happens in your realm. And if you say, well, my wife, who chose her? Who chose her? And if you didn't choose her and she kind of like talked you into it or whatever, why? Why'd you allow yourself to get talked into it? The other thing too, guys, is this whole movement of men to not get married because they fear marriage because of what can happen to them. So they just become playboys for their entire lives. Like, that doesn't work either. And you're not going to end up happy in that situation. The other thing on the deeper level is you exiting out of the situation out of fear for the situation is taking yourself out of the gene pool. It's a big signal. It says, my genes are worthless. I should not be having children. And maybe some of you guys shouldn't. I don't know. Maybe in your current state right now, in that frame of thinking of blaming the woman, blaming your wife, blaming other outside things, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't be adding to the gene population. Maybe you shouldn't be having children until you can get to that point where you take responsibility for those actions. Let's kind of morph into the next part of this chat, which is, okay, cool. modern marriage, the way you guys are doing it, is broken, right? You know it's not broken? Not modern marriage. Not modern marriage. Religious marriage. That ain't broken. Guys that are running their households like that ain't broken. Do you know what the divorce rate for traditional Catholics is? It's like 2%. Hardly ever happens. And those are probably crazy circumstances. And that's modern numbers. 2%. 2% of marriages, traditional Catholic marriages, will fail. That's it. The rest of the population, what is it, 30, 40, 50%? You think your secular mind view is going to keep you married? No, man, no. So that leads into the third part of this, which is you need to fix your framework and then fix your dating pool. So if you're a guy coming up and you're looking to get married, like, you don't want to choose out of the dating pool that everyone else is choosing from with the same broken people. You got to unbreak yourself, right? And then you got to be choosing unbroken people on top of it. Now, I'm not saying like, strive for perfection. No one's going to be perfect. Everybody's coming with their own set of things, but you want to have somebody that is also striving for perfection with you, not striving for perfection on their own account. I mean, that's fine in itself, but striving for perfection with you for the purpose of being with you, two people coming together. Like, that should be not like my bank account, her bank account, this, my house, her house, like all this like modern nonsense. Like, two becoming one. Like, that's the principle, like biblically, of two becoming one flesh. Like, you can't hate your own flesh, right? And she should have that principle too. Or two become one. If you're hating your own flesh, you're hating yourself. You're hating yourself, guys. So when you're consuming this stupid content and you're seeing the propaganda in movies and the propaganda on commercials and the propaganda on YouTube as well, that's saying like, check yourself out, modern marriage, it's broken, like all this stuff. Yeah, modern marriage is broken. But here's the deal. Break out of that cycle, guys. Break out of that cycle. Because if you don't, then you're just a degenerate playboy that should not be adding to the gene pool. So it starts with you. So if you like this kind of content, subscribe to my channel, like, leave a comment, whatever. Out.